Greetings, YouTube. We have been discussing the AI on the broadcast tonight, and sometimes it's good to wait until a broadcast to talk about an issue you have with the game and the community, because then other members of the community can give their feedback, and that's kind of what's going on here. I won 2 out of 3 of my Battlegrounds matches today. I lost to a guy I thought I played almost perfect. I got really um, I guess you'd call it greedy, and did one special one with Scorpion against Doctor Doom. And of course, that was the difference in a win and a loss in high tier Valiant Battlegrounds, even in Diamond 1 or whatever the heck tier I'm in. Lost by over 1,000, slightly over 1,000. And it was because Cosmic Ghost Rider versus Photon was very nice. So shout out to A7X27. I actually added them as a friend to be able to say, because they were really gracious and professional and cool. Thanks for being classy in a win. Because I know a lot of people, when I win, they just quit. And then when I lose, they laugh at me. And so it's nice to meet somebody. But I was going to say that in that fight, I was doing my darndest to get Doctor Doom to throw a special one because, of course, Scorpion provides that Spider-Ham-like power sting effect, and I couldn't. It took me at least 20 seconds of a 2-minute fight to bait a special one, and by then I thought, oh, this is going to be a little close, and that's why I fired a special one, got greedy. I probably still would have lost, but it would have been a lot closer because I would have had about 100% health left over. So, I think the biggest thing is, as Inspector Dread typed, doing specials with the stun timer still active. Yeah, that's been a huge thing I've noticed, and I've seen that especially in Alliance Quest. I think it's also worth noting that when it comes to the AI, their intercepts almost feel like they're a frame ahead of ours as an attacker. And that is obviously the difference between a successful intercept and a failed intercept. So, yeah, I really think. What's up, Enslane? I think in general, Kabam can't deny that the AI is evolving. Now, it's not evolving on its own. Clearly, there are coding mechanics, and they're also making new champions that have really super fun things like stun immunity during specials when they get hit. Because why stun the defender when they're getting hit? Clearly, they somehow have a superpower to prevent themselves from being stunned, even though they're technically powerless and defenseless. So I don't know if that actually literally makes sense. But whenever you get a new mechanic and new utility like the Serpent has, for example, in the game, you kind of have to tweak things, and sometimes those things end up being crazy anti-player pro-Kabam moves that make them a ton of money because champions don't work properly. But remember the Kabam code. If something doesn't work properly and it benefits the player, it's an emergency maintenance. When something doesn't work properly and it benefits Kabam, maybe it's 6 months sometimes. Maybe. You know? They're not going to be in a hurry. It's almost the summer. They got to go grab some donuts in Canada. You know? On holy days, aka donut days. So, in general, I think the best thing we can do as a community is continue to record the AI when it's being shady, specifically point it out on the forums, and actually hold Kabam accountable. Because I feel like if we didn't have like the people in the community that were willing to report things even when Kabam denied them, or even when Kabam Mike denied that 7-star Nexus were in the game, I still think about that moment, and it makes me laugh, and it also makes me sad. It makes me sad laugh. But point being, sometimes Kabam will deny something until there's definitive proof that it exists, and somehow the 7-star Nexus was a topic of conversation in regards to Kabam's lack of transparency and acknowledgments. So, as always, I appreciate your feedback. I really think that an AI issue is something that affects everybody in every part of the game, from beginners to the expert whales out there with all their blubber. And the more that we acknowledge that as a community, the better off we'll be.